Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we are going to learn about the 3B chapter of economics. The name of the chapter is Elasticity of Demand. In this part we are going to learn about the methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. What we are going to learn? We will learn about the methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. See, basically when we see there are the three methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. Basically there are the three methods of measuring price elasticity of demand, and these three methods are the ratio methods or the percentage method, total expenditure method, and the third one is the point method or the geometric method. What are the three methods? These three methods are ratio or percentage method, total expenditure method, point method, or the geometric methods. Now let us start with the first method. What is the first method? Point method or the percentage method. What is the name of the first method? The name of the first method is ratio or the percentage method. Ratio of percentage method was for the first time developed by the Professor Alfred Marshall. So who developed this method? Ratio or the percentage method, it was the first time developed by the Professor Alfred Marshall. Percentage method are also known as the arithmetic method. Percentage method is also known as the arithmetic method. See, this method is given by formula. This method is given by formula that ED is equal to percentage change in quantity demand upon percentage change in price. How it is given? ED, where ED is equal to elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demand upon percentage change in price, which can be symbolically also written as percentage delta Q upon percentage delta P. Mathematically it can be written, above formula can be written as ED is equal to delta Q upon Q divided by delta P upon P. This can also be written as delta Q upon Q multiplied by P upon delta P, where delta Q is equal to change in quantity demand and Q is equal to original quantity demanded, and here delta P is equal to change in price and P is equal to original price. So I hope is this clear. So elasticity of demand is equal to delta change in quantity demand upon original quantity multiplied by original price upon delta P, which means the change in price. See here, the ratio or the percentage method can be better understood by applying the numerical example. This can be better understood by applying the numerical example. See, in this numerical example, suppose there are two columns. The first column indicates the price, whereas the second column indicates the quantity demanded. See, in this numerical example, we can see when the price is rupees 20. When the price is rupees 20, our quantity demanded is 10 kg. When the price is rupees 20, quantity demanded is 10 kg. Similarly, when the price increases from 20 to 25, our quantity demanded decreases from 10 to 9. When the price is 20, quantity demanded is 10 kg. When the price increases from 20 to 25, our quantity demanded decreases from 10 to 9. In this case, we can calculate the ratio or the percentage method of price elasticity of demand by applying the following formula. Here the formula is elasticity of demand is equal to delta Q upon Q multiplied by P upon delta P. See here, in this example, our original price is equal to P. Original price is P. Now the new price is 25. original price is 20 and the new, that is the increase price, is equal to 25. Therefore the delta P is equal to 25 minus 20, which is equal to 5. This 5 is the difference between the new and the original price. Similarly, the original quantity demand is equal to 10 and the new quantity demand is 9. When the price is 20, quantity demand is 10 kg. When the price increases to 25, the quantity demand decreases to 9. So the original quantity is 10 and the new quantity is 9. Here delta Q is equal to 1. That is the difference between the new and the original quantity demanded. Now we can find the ratio or the percentage method of elasticity of demand by applying the formula. Here the formula is equal to ED is equal to delta Q upon Q multiplied by P upon delta P. Therefore elasticity of demand is equal to 1 upon 10 multiplied by 20 upon 5, which is equal to 0.4. This 0.4 is less than 1. Hence it means our elasticity of demand, which is less than 1. When the elasticity of demand is less than 1, it is said to be the relatively inelastic demand. I hope the ratio or the percentage method is clear to you. Now let us come to the second method. The name of the second method is total expenditure method. What is the name of the second method? The name of the second method is total expenditure method. This method was also developed by Professor Alfred Marshall. In this method, the total amount of the expenditure before and after change is compared. How we can find the total expenditure method? Total expenditure is equal to price into quantity demanded. What is total expenditure? Price into quantity demanded. And we can find out the total expenditure method by comparing the before, that is the earlier price, and the change price is compared. In this connection, Marshall has given the following proposition. That is relatively three types of proposition. First one is relatively elastic demand, where ED is more than 1, and unitary elastic demand, where ED is equal to 1, and the third one is relatively inelastic demand, where ED is equal to less than 1. This total expenditure method can be better understood by with the help of the following table. See, in this table there are the 4 columns. The first column indicates the price and the second column indicates the quantity demanded, whereas the third column indicates the total outlay and the fourth column is the elasticity of demand. Let us check first one in A case, when the price is 10 and the quantity demanded is 6 kg. When the price is 10, quantity demanded is 6 kg, and the total outlay. How can we find out the total outlay? Total outlay is also said to be the total expenditure. That is 10 multiplied by 6 is equal to 60. Are you getting? When the price increases from 10 to 20, the quantity demanded decreases to 5 kg. In this case, total expenditure, that is total outlay, is equal to P into Q, that is 100. So when we compare the earlier, that is the first with the second, we can get the elasticity of demand. That is 160 divided by 100 is less than 1. So elasticity of demand is less than 1. Let us come to the second part, that is the B1. When the price is rupees 30, quantity demanded is 4 kg. When the price increases to 40, our quantity demanded decreases to 3 kg. In this case, when the price is 30, quantity demanded is 4 kg, our total expenditure is 120. And when the price increases from 30 to 40, quantity demanded decreases from 4 to 3, our total expenditure is 120. So when we divide 120 by 120, we get the elasticity of demand, which is equal to 1. Are you getting? Now let us come to the third, that is the C part. In the C part, when the price is 50, quantity demanded is 2 kg, and the price increases to 60, quantity demanded decreases from 2 to 1 unit. So here the total outlay or the total expenditure when the price is 50 is 100 and the price increases to 60, total expenditure also decreases from 100 to 60. So our here elasticity of demand is less than 1. I hope is this clear to you? Total expenditure method is clear to you with the help of the following table. Dear students, now let us come to the third part. The third part is the point method or the geometric method. Point method or geometric method was also developed by Professor Alfred Marshall. Develop another methods of measuring the elasticity of demand, which is also known as the point method or the geometric method. According to this method, at any point a demand curve or the elasticity of demand is measured with the help of the following formula. So the formula for finding the point or the geometric method is, that is point elasticity of demand, ED is equal to lower segment of demand curve below a given point, that is L, upon, that is divided by the upper segment of demand curve at a given point U. So this can also be written as L upon U, where L is equal to lower segment and U is equal to upper segment. Demand curve may be of two types. How many types of demand curve are there? There are basically the two types of demand curve. What are the two types of demand curve? First one is the linear demand curve and second one is the non-linear demand curve. Now let us first come to the linear demand curve. Linear means the straight line. Linear demand curve means the straight line. When the demand curve is linear, that is the straight line, we extend the demand curve to meet the y-axis at A and x-axis at B. Price elasticity of demand at x-axis is always 0. What is the price elasticity of demand? Price elasticity of demand at the point touching the x-axis is always 0 and the point which is touching the y-axis is always infinite. Are you getting? So the point which touches the x-axis is always 0 and elasticity of demand at the point which touches the y-axis is always infinite. For example, here B is touching the x-axis. So here at the point B, which is at x-axis, the elasticity of demand is equal to 0, and which is at point A is touching the y-axis. So at y-axis, elasticity of demand is infinite. Are you getting? Elasticity of demand at x-axis is 0 and elasticity of demand at which is touching the y-axis is always infinite. Elasticity of demand can be different at each point. For example, at point P2, P1, we can find out the elasticity of demand at point P2, P and P1. So what is our formula for finding the elasticity of demand? It is L upon U. L is equal to lower segment and U is equal to upper segment. For example, we have already got elasticity of demand at point B and A. At B it is 0 and at A it is infinite. Now we have to find the elasticity of demand at point P2, P and P1. At point P2, our formula is L upon U. L, let us see this, suppose this line is of 4 centimeter and at each point from A to P2, P2 to P and P to P1, it is 111 centimeter. So when we take the example of P2 at point P2, the elasticity of demand is more than 1. How it is? When we take that L is equal to lower segment is 3 and the upper segment is 1. So 3 divided by 1 is equal to 3, which is more than 1. So at point P2, elasticity of demand is more than 1. Now similarly at point P is L upon U. L means lower segment and U is equal to upper segment. Suppose it is P, from below P it is 2 centimeter and above P it is 2 centimeter. So 2 upon 2 is equal to 1. So elasticity of demand at point P is equal to 1, which is unitary elastic. Similarly at point P1. At point P1, similarly we can apply the formula L upon U. At L is the 1 and U is equal to upper segment is equal to 3. So 1 divided by 3 is equal to 0.33, which is less than 1. So at point P1, elasticity of demand is less than 1. Now let us come, I hope the linear demand curve is clear. Now let us come to the non-linear demand curve. Non-linear demand curve is a convex to origin. It is convex to origin. See here, D1D is non-linear, which is convex. It is convex in shape. To measure the price elasticity of demand, we have drawn the tangent. Here AB is equal to tangent. This tangent is touching the convex demand curve, that is D and D. So AB is the tangent line which is drawn touching the x-axis and the y-axis. Here the point at the demand is extending to meet at y-axis, and the point at A at x-axis at the point B. So here A-axis is point A is touching the y-axis and the B is touching the x-axis. Here similarly we can apply the formula that the elasticity of demand is equal to lower segment of the tangent below a given point, that is equal to L, and the upper segment of the tangent above the given point is equal to U. So we can, here in case of the non-linear demand curve also, we can find the elasticity of demand by applying the formula L upon U, where L is equal to lower segment and U is equal to upper segment. Here in this case, if EB is equal to EA, are you getting? EB is equal to, in the non-linear curve, you can find when if EB is equal to A, it is equal to 1 unitary elastic demand, and if EB is more than EA, then the elasticity of demand is more than 1. It is relatively elastic demand curve. And when the EB is less than EA, it is relative, that is elasticity of demand is less than 1. It is a relatively inelastic demand curve. So are you getting? Here in this case, when ED is equal to 1, it is unitary elastic demand. When ED is more than 1, it is relatively elastic, and when ED is less than 1, it is relatively inelastic demand curve.